Welcome to BBQPitBoys.com. Today we're cooking up some sausage stuffed pork tenderloins at the pit, and it's real easy to do. All right, you got to check this recipe out. It's real easy to do. All right, here we have some pork tenderloins. You've seen these packages before. You're also going to need some breakfast sausages. Those are those pre-cooked links, right? They're just good. And here we've got some bacon, right? Pork belly bacon. And for this recipe, you're going to need some flour, some butter. You're going to need garlic clove. Here we've got some shredded cheese. You're going to need some bread seasoning like a panko. And here's a beef base. It's like a bouillon. And of course, you're going to need some seasoning. We're using our SPG. All right, let me show you how to put this together. Now, this is the way these pork tenderloins often come, right? They'll come two in a package, just like that, right? And this weighs maybe about a pound each, right? Those pork tenderloins are running about a pound each, more or less, right? Now, there's not much you have to do to prepare this. We have some connective tissue we like to remove off of it. It's called silver skin. It's tough. You really don't want it. Some cook it with it on. You might as well take it off, right? And you just get your knife under that silver skin and cut it off. Told you, real easy to do. Now, the next step, because we're going to be stuffing these, is to take your old hickory 10-inch butcher or whatever knife you have, even a Ginsu, I guess, and you're going to cut it or split it down the middle, about two-thirds of the way down the middle in order to flatten it out. It's like a pocket. Then you're going to take your seasoning. We're using our SPG, like I said. It's got some salt, pepper, garlic, red pepper flakes, a few other ingredients in there. At least use salt and pepper if you got it, because you want to flavor this. Now, the reason you want to flavor these pork tenderloins because they're essentially tasteless. There's no fat on the inside. And so you need to add fat to get the flavor. It's a fact of cooking meat, right? You know about that. So we're going to take these pre-cooked breakfast sausages. You can find them anywhere. And place them on the inside and just roll it a bit. Now, we're doing this is because we're going to add a lot of flavor to the inside of the pork tenderloin. And we're adding additional fat. Again, fat is the flavor, right? Oh. Now, pork tenderloin is pretty darn cheap considering it is one of the most tender parts of the pig, right? So it just needs some flavoring and some fat. And we're going to add a nice strip of pork belly bacon right on top. Again, we're adding more fat and more flavor. It'll help keep it nice and moist while we're cooking. Now, we're going to wrap it in aluminum foil. And the reason we're doing this is that we want to trap the moisture on the inside. So initially, we're going to cook it by using aluminum foil. Seal it up. All right, ready for the oven. Now, just in case you fell asleep, I'll do it again. Or maybe you went to the kitchen to get a peanut butter sandwich. Who knows? This is a long video, so it might be a good idea. Again, we'll slice it two-thirds of the way through. You just want to flatten it out, just like that. Right. Simple enough. This is going to be good, I'm telling you. All right. Got it opened up. Throw some seasoning on, and use your favorite seasoning if you can't get SPG. You can go to our website, of course, to get SPG if you want. Again, be fairly liberal with it because you want plenty of flavor in this. Besides, your girlfriend is coming over, or maybe your boss, right? So you want to treat them to something real special so they give something to you later, right? Now, we're going to take these breakfast sausages. And these sausages, as you know, have a lot of flavor, right? They've got sage and thyme, and maybe some have red pepper. Use your favorite breakfast sausage. Then we'll take that strip of bacon, place it on top, and roll it in the foil. I think you know where I'm going with this, right? It'll be easy to do. And it'll be an awesome pork tenderloin. Guaranteed. All right. Now, we have 3 of these, so we're going to throw 3 of them in. We used half of one of those pork tenderloins yesterday, and we got one left over, so we've got 3 to throw in today's oven to show you how it's done. All right, we've got them in a baking pan, and we're going to throw it in our wood-fired oven at about 325 degrees, more or less. And you can check out our ovens on our website. These are BBQ Pit Boys ovens and grills. All right, so we're about 25 minutes into this. Maybe got a temperature of about 100 degrees. We're not cooking it all away because we got another step we want to do here. So we're going to pull it out of the oven. It's still rare on the inside. Pull them out. Simple enough. All right. Now, like I was saying, pork tenderloin is so lean and virtually tasteless, but very cheap considering it's so tender, that you have to really flavor it. Get that fat in there. And this is what you got. Now, we're going to throw these back into the baking pan. Martha, give me a call. Where have you been? Be eating good tonight, Martha. All right. Now, I could fast forward this video, of course, but kind of like doing this. And just hang in there. This will be done in no time along. It takes about an hour to do it the most. All right. Oh, baby. All right. The 3 pork tenderloins are in the baking pan. And now, this is the fun part. We're going to take some of that shredded cheese we had. All right. And we're going to layer it on these, layered inside each one of these pork tenderloins. And again, we're adding more flavor and more fat, right? The cheese fat. Now, I know most of you have had pork tenderloin before, and it's probably no biggie, right? Again, because most people generally overcook it. And you don't want to cook these pork tenderloins any higher than 145 degrees Fahrenheit. You want them a little pink on the inside. If you go over that, you're going to overcook them. They're going to be dry and pretty lousy. Now, I'm taking those panko breadcrumbs. We like to use the panko. They're oil-infused breadcrumb, so they get nice and crispy for you. Of course, you know all about that. All right. Now, we're going to throw it back in the wood-fired oven just to finish it off. And it won't take maybe another 10 minutes. And we're looking for 145 degrees Fahrenheit internal. Now, while we're waiting, we got to make some gravy. And, of course, use your mama's gravy or your favorite gravy, or you can use this method. It's pretty simple. You just need some butter. You need some garlic. You can head on over to our website. You'll see the exact ingredients. And here we have some more of that breakfast sausage. We're going to really flavor up that gravy. So we're just going to add some of that breakfast sausage we already have. Right? Just like that. Simple enough. Now I have a beef base here. You could use bouillon cubes. You could use chicken or beef. This is a beef paste. It works really good. Get that in there. And, of course, we'll add some water. Oh, yeah. And if you must. Oh, yeah. And then we got those drippings from the pork tenderloin on the inside. Right? All that moisture. We'll throw that in there. And now we'll thicken it up with some flour and water. Same old, same old. Like I said, use your favorite gravy. Or go ahead and use this one. It's perfect. Just adding that flour to some cold water. And this will thicken up the gravy. getting hungry or what? You keep stirring, it'll get nice and thick and smooth. All right, gravy's ready. All right, in the miracle of time, these sausage stuffed pork tenderloins are done. Take a look at that. And like I said, we've cooked them to about 145 degrees internal. They'll sit a little bit, so it might go up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's time to pull them out of this pan. Are you getting hungry or what? And if you're not, you're on the wrong damn channel. Take a look at that. Trick is, Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, the boss is going to give you a raise if he's at the dinner table, or their girlfriend is going to give you something else. Who knows? Now, let me show you what this looks like on the inside, because I know you're going to ask. Look at that. Pinkish on the inside, perfectly cooked, a ton of moisture. You can see it coming out. See? You can make a nice, moist, and flavorful pork tenderloin. Just check this recipe out. Now, of course, this is the part where we eat in front of you, so we're going to eat it like a grinder, like a sub. But you can set it up any way you want. You could put it on a fancy-ass dinner plate. Pour some of that gravy on there. Here we've got some nice little new potatoes. We've actually got some veggies on there, so turn your head away if the veggies bother you. Got some pickles. Again, set this plate up any way you want. So the next time you're looking for a good recipe for your pit, check out BBQPitBoys.com.